Ramble.
Thank you to Macy's for sponsoring this episode.
Hello, YouTube cutie booties. Before this episode, we wanted to let you know that You Can Sit With Us episodes will start releasing on their own channel next week. We're moving each show to their own place to help them grow and get more people to come and sit with us. You can subscribe to the new channel to make sure you don't miss an episode down at the link in the description. Please enjoy this episode, and we'll see you next week on our brand new channel. Whenever you're ready to host the meeting, darling.
Everyone put yourself on silent on the Zoom call.
Remember to mute yourself if you're not speaking.
Yeah. I'm going to turn my ringer on and read every text out loud.
That could be pretty good, actually. That could be kind of fun.
Only if you drop kind of a small bomb into all your group threads first and then see what happens.
Love. Introduce us, baby.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
How are we doing this morning?
Amazing, Matthew. Thank you so much for asking.
Matt. I'm here sitting with Becky.
Hi.
Rachel.
Hi.
Rainie.
Hey.
And Miles.
What up?
Well, it was just Halloween. How was everyone's Halloween experience this year?
God, it was beautiful. Just a lovely Halloween. The weather was phenomenal.
Okay. How about your costumes?
I will say less people watched the bear than I thought.
What did people think you were? What did you get mistook as?
A chef.
Just a chef.
People were like, so you're a chef. I was like, indeed I am. Indeed I am.
Cute.
Wow, I'm disappointed in the LA bubble for not knowing the bear better.
Well, we did bump into some girls on the street. I was with Maggie, and she was dressed like Mia Thermopolis from Princess Diaries.
Obviously.
And when the girls were asking us what we were, they were like hype girls. They were definitely not old enough to be where we were walking into, but they were so supportive. They were like, who are you? I was like, I'm Carmi from The Bear. And they were like, we don't know what that show is. And I was like, awesome, it's okay. And they were like, but you look hot. And I was like,
that's
thank
all I
you so much.
needed.
And then Maggie was like, and I'm Mia Thermopolis. And they were like, who? And she was like, from Princess Diaries. And they were like, what? What's that?
Have they never seen Princess Diaries?
What's that? And I was like,
more upsetting.
Yeah, we did tell them, just go home and watch it. Go home and watch it.
And what did you dress up as, Rachel?
Well,
what were your costumes?
Okay. So Friday for the Halloween party, I was the album cover of Sour, Olivia Rodrigo.
Mm-hmm.
You missed it. You weren't here.
I know.
Matthew.
Sadly, I wasn't here.
And then over the weekend, I was nothing. I was the mom to some apple trees.
Oh, yes, the apple trees.
Yes, the apple trees. Everyone was very worried when they came as pumpkins, but they were a lot of things. They were skeletons at dance class, pumpkins at the office party, apple trees over the weekend. And tonight, I'm just going to throw on some cat ears because we started our Halloween adventure on Thursday. It's now Monday. I'm tired.
Yeah.
And my Olivia Rodrigo was sadly a one-time only costume. Those stickers don't stick again.
Yeah, I could see that.
That's true.
Once you put them on your face with sunscreen and makeup on, they're done. So, Matt, what were you this weekend? Or
I
are
didn't
you
dress up
tonight?
as all this weekend, but I did go to a wedding in Austin, which
So you
was
did dress up.
super fun. Yeah, well, not in costume. Well, I guess it is kind of a costume, right? You're like dressing up and stuff.
Yeah.
But I was voted best dressed at the wedding.
There was a vote?
I mean, that's just what everyone kept telling me. Even the working.
Okay, what did you
even
wear?
the staff
Please describe it and then
the
post
wedding.
it to Instagram tomorrow morning.
So I was wearing a pink mauve jumpsuity because it's pretty warm still.
Jumpsuit, we love.
With matching pink loafers and a light blue embroidered floral jacket.
Okay.
So it's very
you
Versailles.
must post the fit.
And everyone was like,
was it too fancy
First
for
message me.
Austin?
well, the couple had asked everyone to really dress up. They wanted really crazy prints, really colorful. So there were a lot of colorful
Much
things.
like Miles and Sarah when
But-
they said get funky. And
Yeah.
then some of us were like, are you sure? Are you sure, Miles? Are you sure? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Highlighter yellow it is.
Yeah. I mean, there were some people with some outlandish things, but not as fashionable as what I was wearing. Obviously.
Yeah. Obviously.
Fashion.
Yeah, fashion.
Yeah.
Fashion. But it was fun. But it was like
fun.
in the Texas Hill Country. So it was like you're in the middle of
Beautiful.
nowhere, like surrounded by nothing. And then it's just like a wedding venue. So you go out and it's like beautiful trees and fields. And
Pretty.
That's so
it was
nice.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
It's a good time.
Mhm.
It's bold to have a Halloween weekend wedding.
Yeah. Well, afterward, at the after party, they did like a club night. And then they
boy.
wanted everyone to dress up
So
in
everyone
costume.
changed
at the
into
club
a
night.
costume?
Yeah.
Is there a lot of outfit demands from the bride and
know,
groom?
right?
Wait, are the bride and groom stylist? Yes or no?
Stylist? No.
Stylish.
Stylish? Yeah. They look stylish. Yeah. Yeah. One's a doctor, one was a consultant. So, they're like corporate.
So they just wear like bloody scrubs
Yeah.
to the after party.
Yeah, exactly. Done.
Done.
Easy.
Done.
No problem.
No, but they're like festival goer type people, so they like dress up in those type of fun costume stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I did not bring an extra costume to go to. So I kind of missed out on the after party looks.
Wow,
But-
Matthew.
I know.
Why didn't you do that?
Just not feeling Halloween this year.
Okay.
Oh,
Not
he's
feeling
had
that
enough
Halloween-y.
scary things happen.
Too many scary things have happened in my life this year. I just
Too many
can't.
tricks. Too many tricks.
Not enough treats.
I need more
I would
treats.
say almost no treats.
More
at
candy corn,
all.
please. More candy corn.
Oh.
Yeah,
So
all right,
gross.
well.
Nasty little thing. Nasty.
Actually, one year my friend did have a Halloween party and I brought candy corn and then would eat it and he kept ragging on me about how horrible candy corn is. So I hid candy corn all around his house. He found it for 2 years.
Oh my God.
Did he not
He's
get
got
ants?
All of
My
his pets
God.
are
No.
dead.
Nope, but he found it for 2 years. It's pretty good, right?
That's really
Pretty
good.
good hide. That's a pretty
All
good
right.
hide.
Remind
if
me
you're
to
gonna be
never
mean
make
to me
fun of
about
you.
it, you better watch out.
Okay? It'll be
Noted.
food neutrality. You can have as much candy corn as you want, Matt. It's fine.
Thank you.
fine.
Thank you. Exactly.
Noted. Noted
Okay.
for the future. Candy corn, yum. Love.
I'll
Love.
bring you some.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I can't wait.
Did anyone watch White Lotus that just came out yesterday?
Not yet.
Oh my gosh, so good.
Did you did the first episode?
I did the first episode. Yeah. Because this year, this is not a spoiler. This year they're in Sicily, in Sicilia. And so it's the same setup. So the first episode kind of sets you up,
Nice.
introduces all the characters, some already really not likable characters. I feel like it's going to be good.
Didn't watch.
Did you watch the first
Did
season?
you watch the
No.
first season?
I didn't watch any
are
of
you
it.
not a Jennifer Coolidge fan?
I am. I am. But I don't know. I missed it. I missed the whole thing.
It's not too late. It's still online.
Right.
Still on the TV.
It's
Still on the
still
streaming.
there.
How many
It still
episodes
exists.
in season 1?
It was
Not
short.
enough.
I feel like there was only like 8 or 9, right?
Yeah, it was supposed
Yeah,
to be a
it was pretty
miniseries,
short
and then they
season.
did so well, they're like, oh, we could do this again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could definitely, I think I binged it in a day because I got to it late.
Well, I can't do that. But
Just don't sleep.
Just don't sleep. Who needs
okay,
sleep?
you're right.
Just don't
I could do it all night.
Yeah.
I could do it the whole night.
Yeah.
I highly
Easy.
recommend.
Okay.
I highly recommend. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Good coffee morning show.
Mm-hmm.
Are any of the old characters back other than Jennifer Coolidge?
Well, this is also not a spoiler, but the man who she was falling in love with first season,
Yes.
he's also in this season.
Love to see.
Mm-hmm.
Love to see that.
Yeah. But I don't think there's any other characters.
Okay.
And it's half in Italian. Which is great.
Are you brushing up on your Italian?
I am. Yeah. Practicing,
Yeah.
Incredible.
If our listeners don't know, Matt actually speaks pretty fluent Italian.
I'm pretty good. I used to be really good. Now I'm just okay good.
But if you watch more White Lotus, you could become excellent.
Yeah, just watch it over and over and over again.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. What else happened this week?
Excuse me, has everyone seen Music for a Sushi Restaurant?
I have.
I have not.
Oh, it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
What even is this? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Are you fucking with us?
No. I was at a
I
wedding all
can
weekend.
see.
He's a
Look
liar.
at that light
He's
in
a
your
liar.
eyes. Jesus Christ, Matt. Get with it.
Matt's a bad liar.
I just don't know anything, okay?
It was Harry Styles' new music
So have you
video.
seen the music video or no?
No, I
for
haven't
real?
seen the music
Okay. Well, how would you describe it, Becky?
I just thought it was kind of weird. It was interesting. I'm not a big music video person. I even watched it much later. People were like, "Have you watched it?" And I was like, "I've heard the song.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Heard the song."
I didn't really like his first music video off the album as it was because I thought it was boring. I mean, he's beautiful, but I was like, it's just kind of boring. This is not boring. I really liked this, honestly.
Maybe he heard your criticism on the podcast and decided to switch it up.
Wow.
Okay,
The power
Harry,
you have.
if that's true, hire me. Hire me. I did hear through the grapevine that his creative director is going on mat leave, and I was like, excuse me? Put me in the running.
Put me
in the
in.
running.
Coach. Put me in,
in.
You and Harry.
I mean, have you seen the visuals at his concert that overlay like the band and him singing? He needs, I mean, this music video was incredible. She's doing a great job and she seems very cool. But those visuals at the concert are bad.
The live show was pretty. It's like
The
a
live show visuals, like they'll just put the
SNL.
sky over him or like New York City streets or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't do that. Don't do that. Just show us the beautiful man.
Yeah.
Show us his really cool band. Don't do that.
I think it's kind of hard too when you go to like a really big concert venue and you're like all the way in the back. Like I remember I saw the Killers and like literally was touching the back wall. And if they did not have a giant screen projecting, it would just look like a teeny little, person walking around the stage.
I mean, we had incredible seats this time and still, when he was on the other side, because he's very 360, I couldn't like see him. You need the giant screen.
Yeah.
And I don't need to see the traffic in New York City overlaid on him. Like, it's not compelling.
You want it to be more like Great British Bake Off, just like the countryside.
Animal interstitials
Bees in the
would be
background.
great.
Yeah.
Sheep frolicking in a meadow.
Right.
Big fan.
Yeah.
Love.
Well, in Music for a Sushi restaurant, he is a squid. He gets caught by it's basically only men in the video, which I found very interesting since half of his other videos are just like very openly orgies, But they like catch him and they bring him into the back of the sushi restaurant and they're going to like chop him up and cook him, except they figure out he can sing. So they make him like the like captive attraction of this thing. And then at some point in Act 2 or Act 3, which was my complaint before, Harry, and you're really listening, that there was no progression. He loses his voice and then he
On the chopping block.
And he slaps one of the guys.
and there's some really like sexual like tentacle care. Like they're like oiling up his tentacles. I don't know what to call it. Well,
food prep.
They do it once.
Skin prep.
Once he's
What do you
the
do for your tentacle care?
they do it once he's like the singer too.
Probably making his little muscles look bigger,
Softcore.
Oiling up.
Very softcore, yeah.
Softcore.
But I don't know. I was like, okay, sure, Harry, sure.
So what did you learn from the music video? Like, what was the message?
Oh, that if you ever lose your talents for a single second, you're up on the chopping block.
Whoa. Too true.
Time is limited, and you
Too
better be
true.
performing. Yeah,
You better be performing.
better be.
Singing.
I mean,
Don't stop.
probably feels true for him. Anyways,
Yeah.
good music. I would recommend. It's like unpredictable and weird and fantastical. It's fun.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Very
And the
vibey.
visuals are very like saturated and jewel toned and like they're nice. It was a fun ride.
The vibe.
Yeah, I really
Check
think
it
he
out.
heard my criticisms and took notes
I
perfectly.
think that was what it was.
Harry,
Yeah.
we would work great together.
Did you guys listen to any of Taylor Swift or Carly Rae Jepsen's new albums?
Not Carly Rae, but all of Taylor Swift on repeat.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I turned it off halfway through. A
Oh.
lyricist, she is not.
Ouch.
Rebecca.
Tay, we're rhyming some words that
I think-
really don't rhyme. And also, once I heard the sexy baby line, it just murdered me. I was
your
like, this is
DMs
the-
are going to
Oh,
be
your
a nightmare.
DMs are going to be on fire. This is worse than when I said the Harry music video was bad.
Look, Swifties can come for me. You can't tell me that whole album is a shining star.
I sharpen to kill a man.
Oh, I think the internet disagrees.
And I always want to be on the same side as the internet. I thought Carly Rae Jepsen's album
You
was
are in
really,
your villain
really good.
era. I haven't heard
You are.
it.
Yeah.
I heard a
She's all
clip
dressed
from
in
that
black.
one song on TikTok and I didn't really like it. Everyone was freaking out about it and I didn't think it was very good.
Oh, the song?
Yeah, I just
I
heard
like
a
the
clip
song.
on TikTok, but I was like, not that compelled.
Well, you gotta listen to the whole song. That clip's just like a little like hook that she
I
has
did,
in
however,
there.
love her platinum hair. Very cool.
Yeah, she's cute. She's cute. It was
It's
a very
darling.
vibey, like early 90s, 2000 sounding album.
That's cool.
Yeah, she's cute. And a bit more of a lyricist, I would say, than Miss Swift.
People are going
Miss
to
Swift, I would
fucking
say.
rage.
That's fine. They can rage.
Because
She wrote a lyric. Sometimes I feel like everybody is a sexy baby.
and I'm the monster on the hill. You have to finish that line.
No, she wrote the word sexy baby.
Yeah.
And then sang it seriously.
yeah.
was like,
I
here's
don't
a
think
bop.
it's that bad.
Why do you feel like a sexy baby?
Sometimes I feel like a sexy baby. Maybe that's why. I feel like she's attacking me.
you're
'Cause I'm the
you're
sexy
never the
baby.
monster, which is why you don't like this.
That's got to be it. That's got to be it.
Monster baby.
But the women who identify as the monster on the hill are like, oh, fuck yes. Everyone else
Yeah.
is out here living these little dream lives, and I'm,
While the weather's changing, it can be so hard to figure out what to wear. You want to be warm and comfortable. You want to be stylish. You want to be up to date on the latest fashion trends. So when you need a little bit of inspiration or maybe someone to tell you exactly what you need to be wearing, Macy's is there with their totally free personal stylist.
All you have to do is head to Macy's.com/personal stylist, and you'll be able to book an appointment with one of their pro stylists. It doesn't matter if you're shopping for your everyday wardrobe or have an impossible to shop for relative.
The Try Guys holiday party is just around the corner, and everybody goes all out to the tens, very dressed up. So I need to find something ASAP to complete my holiday look. To get one of Macy's personal stylists to help you put your look together, either in store or from the comfort of your home, head on over to Macy's.com/personal stylist to book your free appointment today. That's Macy's.com/personal stylist. And so, Taylor Swift, she is, everyone's always said the monster on the hill, unattractive, conventionally thin, very rich, very white.
people are going to kill you.
Tough life, tough life.
Tough life. Oh my God.
Am I an anti-Swiftie?
I feel like
I think
you
you
might.
are, and we
Just
should
that might be
probably
at your
put
core,
a
I
trigger
feel like.
warning in front of this. Hey guys,
Swifties.
someone's gonna bash Taylor Swift in this episode, so if you're not down with that, be careful.
Just close your ears.
Do you like any of the albums, or just do you only dislike this one?
I liked 1989. I thought that was a bop. I have that on vinyl.
Oh, interesting.
I
Okay.
liked the hits. I like pure pop.
Pure pop. How about
I like
curly
pure
hair Taylor?
Was like old, like country Taylor?
Country Taylor.
I don't really listen to country music. I'm not like, I'm also like, nobody should take their music recommendations from me. I openly say I don't listen to much music. I put on a Spotify playlist called Wake Up and then just go from there.
I thought it was going to be Shawn Mendes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
Shawn
yeah,
Mendes.
yeah,
A lot of
yeah,
Shawn,
yeah.
if that tells you anything about me.
Shawn Mendes
but
is
I think Shawn
easy
Mendes is
listening.
good.
You know?
Truth.
Yeah. He's just like a little cutie. Yeah, I like 1989. I thought Folklore was pretty vibey, but not anything that I would like turn on
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
You know?
I actually don't listen to a ton of Taylor Swift. After
Coming to the defense.
I know. Wow.
But I do like curly hair Taylor a lot.
Yeah.
And I recently re-listened to 15 and I was like, this is really speaking to me. It's like really, I think it's like very wise and very helpful. And I'm
Yeah.
glad that I had that growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
People
journey.
find different meaning in the lyrics, Becky.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And people can find that meaning.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just
Also,
asked about my
Becky
opinion
just
of
can't
it.
find it.
I was just asked about my opinion of it.
Let's talk about how incredible it is for Taylor to put out Taylor's version of old albums to recoup the rights to it because they were like taken from her.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's badass.
That
I
is.
really
Good for
like
That's a good
Tay-Tay.
move.
good for her
Yeah.
standing
Yeah.
up for herself.
Smart business person too.
Mm-hmm.
Get it. Make your money. Make
money
your
so
money,
you can
Taylor.
go on the jet, which I think we should still talk about.
What's the jet?
The controversial jet is that Taylor Swift might be the number one polluter
Oh no.
in the LA area.
Oh, boy.
She's been taking a jet a lot.
Nat, how do you feel? What do you?
I mean, how else is she going to travel?
That is. That's like,
way.
what is she gonna get on a Southwest flight?
Fucking way.
Literally, how is she going to go someplace? It's on her private jet. You're going to see her on Delta Airlines.
Yes.
Flight 215.
Delta 1.
Yes, Matthew, because she's a person. She's not a monarch. She's not a queen. She's a person. And
Maybe
she
in your
deserves
mind.
to be next to my ass eating peanuts.
I don't think she does.
She does. You know why? Because celebrity culture needs to be dismantled, man.
I mean, probably a little bit. That's
Sure.
probably true.
Definitely.
But-
Definitely. Miles on the ones and twos because he flew in from
He
the
flew in
side.
with no shoes on.
At a speed
Why are your
I've never
bare feet
seen.
on the ground?
Yeah.
No one needs a jet. Absolutely no one needs a jet.
No.
How about if they just like for a day, like go on the jet for the day?
Oh,
like, they
I
don't
think
own the
that
jet.
adorable, fun, cute, flirty.
Yeah.
A single day?
Yeah.
Yeah. Taylor's flying daily to fucking Mykonos to hang out with Liam Neeson or whatever.
I'm hearing some.
I
Like,
don't think you know
some
that much
jealousy
about
in
Taylor
that
Hemsworth.
I'm hearing some
Liam
jealousy.
Hemsworth.
Liam Neeson and Taylor.
Liam
know,
Neeson
like
and
the
Taylor are the
image.
cutest couple that I've ever seen.
All right, everyone in here needs a celebrity update.
Celebrity update. Yeah, Taylor Swift was on a list where this person was checking the flight
Like
records.
the Russian
basically.
oligarch list that they're like.
It was anonymous. It was the anonymous hacker. But they basically did the average time and distance that people were using these jets. And that's why people got really mad at one of the Jenners, Kylie, because she was taking the jet from Calabasas to LA, which I've driven from Calabasas to LA. It's not fun, but it's only an hour.
it's not that
what
far.
is she in the air for 4 minutes? That's too much. But Tay was actually numero uno polluter. But I assume she's taking the jet from LA to Nashville
and
and New York.
doing a tour
she-
where she jets around rather
Yeah.
than is on a bus.
Yeah.
The story was also that she was lending her jet out to other celebrities who were using it because she wasn't using it all the time. So her jet was going from place to
So
place.
jet for a day.
She was.
She started
so
the jet for a day.
generous.
She did start it.
Yeah.
What a good friend.
Yeah, that was put
Blake
out by
Lively
her
was
people.
like, we gotta go. And she was like,
Yeah.
okay, sure,
Like,
babe.
Taylor, I really need to go to San Francisco. Can I borrow this, please?
Is that your Blake Lively impression?
Please, let me borrow this jet.
Cute.
Thanks.
Cute.
I would never get on a private jet. Never
don't
in my
think I
life.
For
would
You can't
fear
pay
of
me.
death
Yes.
or pollution? Fear of death.
Fear of death. Fear of
Oh.
death. I mean, I think the pollution is bad too. That's not nice. We, beep beep say lovey, but you're gonna die. You're gonna die.
Yeah.
Helicopters, jets, not a chance in hell. It really solidified for me
Uh-huh.
when Kobe died.
Yeah.
I would
that
never.
was crazy. That was
You can't protect
Came out of
Kobe.
nowhere.
I know.
You're not gonna be able to protect me if you can't protect Kobe. He's
Mhm.
one of the top basketball players in the world at the time.
Mhm.
No way. No way. I'm
all
not getting
time.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't do it.
I mean, weren't they going in the mountains and it was foggy and
Yeah. I mean, I think you get used to anything. If you have I don't know, if you're touring 16 cities in 16 days or whatever, then you just end up doing it. And the jet thing does seem bad, but also could Chevron stop dumping oil into the ocean and then the world would be healthier? That would be better.
Actually, the biggest polluters are JP Morgan. It's financial institutions.
I knew it. I got a bad feeling about JP
Rainie had her
Morgan.
suspicions confirmed.
Yeah.
How? How
It's
did
like
you know?
banks.
Yeah.
How
Were you
did
just
know?
intuiting this or what?
on the scene. Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground.
Yeah.
Rainie, when was the last time you were actually on Wall Street?
Oh, when I watched Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, no. I
Rainie's
mean,
favorite movie.
physically, your shoes touching the streets of Wall Street.
I don't even know where that is.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the resistance we need, Rainie. That's what we need
She
from the
doesn't
youth.
even know.
She doesn't even know where Wall
Oh
Street is
my
because
God.
fuck Wall Street. Yeah.
Fuck Wall Street.
Do you think Taylor Swift was telling her managers well, I saw online that individual acts of recycling and what we do on an individual level is nothing compared to corporations. So it's okay that I take my jet.
I
I
will
think
say,
she used that as
That's really tough.
She's well, they said it's not on the individual, it's on corporations, which is true.
is totally fine if you want to like use straws or like have individually packaged snacks. Live, laugh, love. It's fine, guys.
But what about the private jet?
The private jet is a little more of a problem.
But what if she wears vintage clothing instead of buying new clothing?
Wow.
I assume she's gifted all clothing anyway, like whether she wants it or not, and that's further like a part of the fast fashion industry and problem. So I don't think it matters.
You're saying nothing matters. You heard it here first.
Heard it here first. Nothing matters.
Take
Take the jet.
Nothing
Take the
matters.
jet.
And the
Nothing
jets
matters.
probably all matter.
Take the jets.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Stay home, people.
Stay home. Okay, shall we move on? We've done
Shall we
enough
move
Taylor
on?
Swift.
Love
Yeah,
you, Taylor.
Swifties, please don't.
One of my best
attack
friends
us.
is like,
please leave me alone. Please leave me alone.
he's like the number one Swiftie of all Swifties, and I love him dearly. And I have to tell him not to listen to this because I can't be 1 degree of separation between you and him.
I know, that's true. Okay, Swifties,
said?
you can come for me.
One of my best friends
Oh,
is
one
like
of your best
a
friends. I think it's
huge-
Keith. I was
Keith's
like
a huge
really
Swiftie.
interesting.
Really? How does that play out at home?
It's really trying times, you know. Yeah.
Oh, another scandal on the
It's a hard
horizon.
weekend. It's a
100%.
hard weekend.
100%. There's going to be news articles that come out that's like, try wife hates Taylor Swift, blames her for global warming.
Wow, it's like you wrote it for them.
I did it. They could borrow that, I guess. Sure. Go for it. Go for it, page 6.
Talking about confrontation, Becky.
Me and the Swifties.
We
Swifties
have
can like it. You're allowed to like it. Not everybody
Oh,
has to
they
like
do.
the same thing.
They do.
That's true. That's
Don't
true.
worry, they do.
You know, well, we have an audience question that came in about confrontation. Hi, Becky, Maggie, Matt, Rainie, Miles, and whoever else may be in attendance, aka Rachel. My best friend and I have known each other since elementary school. We did all extracurriculars, classes, and literally everything together. Sounds great for your resume. We are now in our 20s, and we truly are twin flames. Nobody
What is
understands
that?
me better than her.
What's a twin flame?
Like you look in the mirror and the other person does the same thing back.
I just saw a TikTok on this. It's
Is
when
it twins?
it's where you
Are
have,
mine twin flames?
maybe it's 2 souls separated in 2 different bodies, and when you come together, you like it's a powerful learning experience. But there's a lot of fights. I don't know if this is the
Rainie,
right way of
is
using
this
it.
is a equivalent phrase like we're best friends? Oh, I haven't heard this.
But I thought it was more fiery than that.
Yeah,
It's like
I think it
you
might
get,
be a
you
little-
get more,
a little more
more
complicated.
Yeah, more passion. Like you
Here,
bring out
let's
the
see.
fire in each other. You can make each other really mad. You know, like
Wait,
Oh, yeah. So
is this
Laura?
another word for frenemy?
No.
Intense soul connection with someone thought to be a person's other half, sometimes called a mirror soul.
I literally said mirror.
Not always romantic, but they'll always change your life, often from the very time you cross paths. Matt's like,
Okay.
it's me.
I'm everyone's.
Matt's like, you're describing me.
Oh, but it
That's
could
me.
be your romantic partner.
It says it's not always romantic.
Oh,
But it could be.
Their high level spiritual love connections do exist, but there's a pretty serious misunderstanding of what that means, says psycho spiritual mentor and love coach,
Ooh,
Lisa.
thanks, Lisa.
okay. All right,
Nobody
we can
understands
continue.
me better than her. Think Broad City, but only slightly less weed. She is the loud, extroverted, and wild friend, and I'm the more quiet and reserved one. It works out perfectly because I help her with reasoning out issues, and she helps me stand up for myself. We have never once had a fight, and I love her very much. We lived together for a bit, but decided it was time for us to part ways to live with our partners. There was no falling out. It was just time to move out. Ever since we moved out, she sort of changed personalities, and it's been making me feel sad. For example, I've noticed she'll sort of embellish stories around our other friends and say things that never happened. Or sometimes she'll tell me she has no plans for the day, and then I'll see her later that she's out at brunch.
Brunch is plans. Brunch is plans.
Yeah. On occasion, we've also made plans, and then I'll text her the day of, and she doesn't respond. And then I see later on Insta that she did those plans that we had made with someone else. Last example, I swear, I will get a last minute, 5-minute before invite for plans with some of our other friends. And at that point, I can't go because I'm still in my PJs or something. It sort of makes me feel like an afterthought. when that happens, and it really hurts my feelings.
I think she is an afterthought to this friend, is what it sounds like.
Do you have friends that embellish stories, though?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Fibber friends. Yeah.
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 Do you think that's bad?
It depends on what the, like an embellishment for comedic timing or something seems kind of fine if it like is harmless towards other people and their experience of the same event.
Yeah.
But like constantly you just sort of like, if you were there too, you're like, does this person ever tell the truth? It can be a little grating.
Yeah.
Could be like, did we have the same experience?
Yeah.
We rewriting history.
But like if you turn a story about like your childhood into like a tight 5 that has like a punchline, I'm like, I'm down for that, you know?
Yeah.
Seems fine.
Yeah. I would say as long as it's short. I feel like my friends who are fibbers sometimes like they'll tell a story and I'm like, is it over yet? Has the story ended? Like there's almost too many details.
Details.
Like, this is a fib.
Well, then if there's too much detail, then you're like, this has to be live.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell me the same story again in the exact same way. Do it.
Put on your lie detector.
Yeah.
Okay. My problem is she's very confrontational. She always says things like, I will cut anyone off if it doesn't matter how much or how little I know them. I've seen her in falling outs and other friends, and of course I cheer her on, but it always secretly makes me worried that if I ever confront her about something, she will immediately cut me off. Ooh. On the flip, I'm very non-confrontational. I'm a crier, and I avoid bringing issues up and anyone and everyone because conflict makes me very anxious.
Ooh, you're avoidant.
Mm-hmm. They are the opposites.
Mm-hmm.
Twin flames.
Of course, we always want our friends to have other friends and thrive in other social circles. I'm not upset that she has friends that are not me. I have friends that are not her too. I feel like she's been treating me not so great, and I'm scared to talk to her about it for fear it will make her cut me off.
Well, it sounds like she already cut you off. Right?
Yeah.
Like what's there to be afraid of at this point? Because if she's not inviting you to things last minute, not responding to your text, it sounds like she's already cut you off.
Yeah, it's like
just without naming it.
Yeah.
How much worse would it get if,
Yeah.
Like it's already pretty much the bottom.
Yeah.
I guess she could like just not respond at all, like complete ghost. But like would that even change the amount you're interacting with her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also you can't be too conflict avoidant because then you'll never have like relationships where you feel respected and valued because you haven't been able to like air your feelings.
There's a mosquito already bit me once.
No.
We are actually there is like
That's
a crazy
tasty.
invasive mosquitoes species in LA now. They're very aggressive.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice on how I can bring it up to her without making her super angry or me super anxious? I know the conversation won't be easy regardless. My stomach tightly knots up thinking about it, and I don't know the proper way to approach it. This reminds me of what's that show where the guy like recreates all the scenarios and he practices it
The
many
rehearsal.
times? She needs the rehearsal.
She needs Nathan.
Right? She
Yeah.
needs the rehearsal.
I think that mosquito got me.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Itchy on my knee.
I want to hear also about like, so I think at the crux of this is like in your 20s with friendship, like a lot, like you're growing so much and sometimes you grow together, sometimes you grow apart. Like how were you guys at age 20? What's the biggest change between you at age 20 and you now? And like how would you describe yourself at 20?
A dodo.
Dodo bird.
A dodo. A big dummy.
I feel like in my 20s, I just didn't have a lot of direction. So you're trying to really figure out where you want to go, what you want to do in life. But also you don't understand all of your boundaries and understand how people should be treating you, how you should be treating other people. So I feel like it's easy to get into a lot of conflict and feel like this because you don't have enough experience to know what to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You just don't have a lot of life experience.
I feel like a friend who says, I would cut anyone off no matter what, isn't like being a good friend. And someone who is so conflict avoidant, dear writer inner, who they won't like express their feelings to their friends is also not someone capable of being in like a healthy relationship. You have to tell her. Yeah. And if she's just going to cut you off, then she wasn't a good friend to begin with. That's not what you do to people for like expressing how they've made you feel, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I also feel like if you, I don't necessarily see it as a conflict to like text her, call her and be like, hey, I feel like you've been leaving me out of a lot of stuff. What's up with that?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's different than being like, you're a bitch.
Yeah.
You hate me and you don't want me to go anywhere with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are different ways of approaching it that could be a little more gentle.
Definitely.
Yeah, coming at a way of listening rather than a way of blaming.
Yeah.
Did you used to do the what you just described, like, bitch, you didn't?
No, I was thrilled when people didn't want to follow through on plans. I was like, great, I'm going to bed. I'm going to watch TV.
That's interesting because you're so social.
I love last minute cancellations. As long as it's not like, you know, I'm in the car driving.
Mm-hmm.
But like morning of,
You're waiting.
I could go either way sometimes.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, if you texted me and said, no, thank you, I'd be like, okay, no.
That's how I feel now. But I don't think I felt that way at 20.
Yeah.
No, I was always wanted to be surrounded by people all the time when I was 20.
I feel like teens are so social. They just need each other. And you're still that way in your early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What were you like at 20, Becky?
I was so cool. I was literally just
Too cool for
Too
school.
cool. I was so cool. No,
You were the theater girl.
I honestly like don't remember much about my early 20s because I was working so much. I was like,
You were
all
in
I
school?
remember is serving.
And you were serving.
Yeah,
And partying.
that's it. And partying. Yeah, that was
I mean, that's what
it.
everyone
And
does.
meeting-
Like,
Yeah.
And meeting Keith?
That wasn't until I was a junior. So
Okay.
that was when I was 20. Yeah, just turning 21.
How did you deal with conflict at 20? For all of you guys.
Run.
Ran away.
You were
Hide in my room.
didn't do it.
I was not confrontational. I'm way more confrontational now than I used to be.
Oh, yeah.
Did you, so would you just let a friendship go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how did you, so you're like the listener.
Yeah. I identify more with the listener than
Yeah.
the other person.
Rachel, were you avoidant? I feel like you weren't.
Yeah, but I don't remember getting into a lot of conflicts in my 20s. I think I was more responsible at 20 than I was at 30. I was like very buttoned up. I was like a real adult really early on and throughout my 20s. My 20s were not a party time. I was in like a very serious relationship. I had like serious jobs. I mean, some not so serious ones, but like I was always working with kids, which felt like important to like be responsible. And in college, I like lived on campus, went to all my classes. You know, I was like very, like I did like a bunch of theater productions. I was like, you know, kind of a like serious little nerd.
How did you make time for your sorority life then?
There are no sororities at Middlebury. They're just social houses, and I did not join one. You know, like my
social house.
my
She was
senior
in an
year.
antisocial house.
No. I had a lot of friends, but like I was a JC and an RA, and like I don't know, I was like deep into
You had
that
too many gigs going
college
on.
life.
Yeah.
And then my senior year, I was Miss Vermont, so I was getting up at like 4 a.m. every morning to drive to schools and
put on
present, and you know,
To put on makeup.
Wake up with friends, put on makeup every day.
to put on makeup every day and curl my hair
Yes.
Perfectly.
World peace.
pluck my eyebrows every day.
Love.
Matt and Becky, did you ever get like cornered into a confrontation? Like somebody came up and was like, hey, like you just did this to me and like I like what's up? But like in an angry way.
Ooh.
Not that I can remember.
I was about to say not.
Blacked it out.
Probably, yeah. Probably blacked it out. I'm pretty good, like, not like the other person's like, I'll cut anyone off at any time. But I'm very logical. So if you do something that's like really fucking bad, it doesn't really
Like what,
hurt.
Becky?
I could think
Like
of
what?
a few things. That like it doesn't pain me however long the relationship was to be like, well, you could
What? Yeah.
go straight to hell. I'm not going to think about you ever again.
I mean, it's always like your actions speak louder than your words, right? So this friend is showing her friend how she feels by being like, not inviting her last minute, not responding, canceling plans, lying to her about her plans. Like it's kind of obvious. Like maybe the friend is actually trying to be nice to her by
Maybe she's trying to like
Wean her
gently
off,
ghost her,
Yeah.
wean her away, rather than being like, I don't actually want to
Bye.
hang out
Yeah.
anymore. Which is a really hard thing to say to someone, to be like, I don't I don't think our lives are compatible anymore or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I mean, I had so many friends in my 20s that I don't talk to or
Yeah.
know where they are in the world anymore. You know?
100%.
Yeah. I just went to this wedding in Vermont that had tons of people I went to college with. It's like the last of like my college guy friends to get married. And there are people there who I was very close with in college or right after who I'm just not anymore. And there was no confrontation, no bad blood, nothing. It's just like, you know, we grew apart for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Maybe they did a grad program abroad and we stopped talking during that time and then I just didn't keep up or whatever, you know? No harsh feelings. It was so great to see some of them. But I was like, oh yeah, I haven't talked to you in forever. And there's a time at which we would have been like tight.
Yeah.
Do you remember, so you were non-confrontational, and then do you remember a time when like push came to shove and you were like, it's worth having a conflict? Because now you're more confrontational.
I'm definitely more confrontational now.
Is it because your relationships are like stronger or more like not more valuable, but like sort of like more worth fighting for?
Yeah. Well, I think as you get older, you kind of get not less and less friends, but the quality of friendship gets better. So I feel like there's more nuance to that. But
And your friends are also more mature.
yeah.
So it's easier to bring things up and like to talk about. If you're having an issue, then
Yeah. I
when
also
you're
wonder
younger,
if this
you know?
other friend thinks the same way about their relationship that this friend thinks about it. It was like, we're twin flames.
Yeah.
Like, but were you? Was
Do
there
they
ma-
both perceive it that way?
Yeah. Because have you guys ever had someone tell you that they're your best friend and in your head you're like, what the fuck?
yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where you're just like, okay, I don't know what to say back.
Love you.
Love you. Love you. Yeah.
Right?
So I feel like it could be that kind of situation too. Because she's like, we're twin flames, we're BFFs. But like if you're BFFs, you really wouldn't treat the other person that way.
Yeah. You're not
You know
being
what I mean?
treated like a twin flame, AKA I just learned what that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
think
I
my
still
advice
don't
to her would be
agree.
like, think about what you want to get out of it.
Mm.
Right? Like, are you trying to be back best friends with her? Or are you just trying not to be hurt anymore by the person?
And wanting someone who doesn't want you is not the way forward. That doesn't feel
Yeah.
good in love or friendship.
Yeah.
There's someone who wants to hang out. Trust.
Yeah.
So I feel like for her, if she needs to have a conversation, bring it up.
Mm-hmm.
But if not, gonna let it go.
Let it
Yeah.
go.
Could be the time for the friendship to naturally
Go.
Dissipate.
fizzle. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Would you, okay, so talking about friendship fizzles, would you ghost? Like, would you turn the tables on her, or would you suld of like hang out with her? Like, because I'm assuming like sometimes she makes plans, like if they
Yeah.
text sometimes.
Yeah.
So like, would you, would you text her and be like, oh yeah, we can hang out, and then hang out like a few more times, but like just let it.
If I were trying to fizzle out a friendship because I was like consistently hurt by someone's behavior and like, Rainie, I keep seeing you going to brunch and I thought we were going to have those plans, I would just stop initiating ever. And then I would
Yeah.
only join if it were group plans with common friends and, you know, I knew someone
Yeah.
else was going. Like, I wouldn't be like, I can never see you again. I would just,
Yeah.
I would never initiate anymore. I would just let it fizzle out, you know?
Put the ball in her court.
But not ghost as in like, I'll never respond to you, you know?
Yeah.
But like when you get invited last second, no. But if you get invited a week in advance and a lot of other people are going, sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Know your value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Know your worth.
Rainie, how do you feel since you're closer in age?
Oh my gosh, what would I do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys have sage advice. I think if I were on my own, if I hadn't heard your advice before,
Rainie would be throwing elbows.
She'll be raining
yeah.
down on
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Do you feel like you're a confrontational person, Rainie? Or are you more a like, no, you hurt my feelings. I'm going to hide.
I used to be like, confrontation was my lifeblood. Like I used to like
Really?
fight. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know.
How are they probably racing them in Colorado.
Debate club right here.
Let's go. She's ready to
Throw
go.
hands.
But now I'm like really not, mostly because I think I'm just like, life's too hard. Like I think I'm just sort of like,
You've been worn down by life.
I've been worn down at the ripe
too
age
hard.
of 25. I'm like,
Let's all just love each other.
I'm tired. But I'm tired. Like with my best, my like inner sanctum, I'll like sit in the discomfort of a confrontation. But I feel like a few years ago, I was almost about to like kind of call out this random guy named Bobby because he didn't.
Oh,
You're calling him out now.
Bobby is
Raines.
not listening to this.
Bobby.
But
You don't know.
Then I was like, my mom was like, yeah, like, are you that close with him? And I was like, honestly, I'm not that close with him. And then that was sort of a turning point, I think.
Yeah.
Self-reflection.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it's just like, yeah, if they're not like super, super close, sometimes it's just not worth it. And sometimes it's just like, you can just sort of like let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like, I mean, okay, so for like, how do you go about, so Matt, you're thinking like, what do you want from it? Which is a good like starter question. Do you like, going into a confrontation, do you journal? Do you take a walk? Like, how do you prepare? How do you get in the mindset?
I'm a person who I play it like in my head.
Yeah.
I said like many times everything I want
That's
to
called
say.
anxiety.
And then by the time it would be even time to have that conversation, I feel like I've already had it.
Mm-hmm.
Then sometimes I don't even feel like I need to do it anymore.
Interesting.
That's true.
Yeah. It's like I already worked it myself in my own mind. So it's like.
Do they ever not follow the script though? Because sometimes I have the conversation in my head and it's like,
well, no, it's like
not how
That's why you need the rehearsal.
Like I'll just do the conversation so many times in my head that I don't even have the conversation with them because I already got out of it what I needed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So then it's
Interesting.
like you don't
so
even
you're
need
just
to do anything
resolving
together.
things on your own?
Yeah.
That's why he's so calm.
Okay. Matthew.
But then it depends on what you want to get out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you already are at the conclusion that you don't want to have this person in your life anymore,
Well, yes.
why are you gonna have the conflict? Like why not just resolve why you need to work through your feelings yourself?
I agree with
or-
that if you're not going to have them in your life. But if
Yeah.
you want to continue this relationship
Yeah.
or friendship with them, you got to process that together.
Well, yeah, because then something has to change. Someone's
Yeah.
behavior has to change. Yeah.
I think that's, if I was going to go into a confrontation,
would
I
you
just
talk to
think
your
about
mom?
My mom's pretty non-confrontational. It'll take her a lot to say if she's actually mad about something.
I could see that.
So her advice would be like, just let it go, leave it.
Yeah. I feel like she would usually tell me like, don't be dramatic. Would usually be her advice. Is like, don't be dramatic. Is it that big of a deal or is it not that big of a deal? Because sometimes we make things a bigger deal in our heads than they actually are. And no one's in your head like you're in your head, right? So
That's true.
Nobody knows how big of a deal it is to you versus the other person. But I think I usually go into it just thinking about like, okay, what have I brought to the table? What are they bringing to the table? And then, I just have that conversation in my head.
Oh, that's interesting. So what do they bring to the table in terms of like what, like to the friendship or to the confrontation?
To the friendship. Yeah. Because I'm like, well.
Oh, so you're weighing the merits of their friendship?
Yeah. Because I don't think anyone should be.
Cannot piss Becky off. I'm so scared of it.
Judgment. Lady Justice over here.
Lady Justice. No, I just think like, I don't think you should put more effort into a friendship than the other person is in relationships. I don't think you should put more effort in than the other person. There are like ebbs and flows where like, yes, you will be more busy at times or you'll be less good of a friend. But if you're really like ready to come to blows, it's just like, evaluate whether or not you're actually both bringing the same thing to the friendship
And whether
if
it's like,
and whether or not it's worth it
yeah.
to even have the fight. You know what I mean?
That's like, yeah.
Wait, has that happened in your life?
Where I've weighed the merits of friendship. Oh yeah. I've told 2 people in my life I didn't want to be their friends anymore.
Wow, Rebecca.
Sayonara.
Well, they weren't getting the hint.
Okay.
They weren't getting the hint. And I had to be blunt.
And were the conflicts something important or something not that important, but incredibly like frustrating or annoying?
I feel like they were important. The 2 times both had to do with like the person's character.
Oh.
And how I had seen them interact with other people.
Oh, they were rude to servers and you cut them off. Don't be rude to a server.
No, just like with other friends. They were not kind to my friends. And I was like, well, why would I want to surround myself with people who aren't nice to my friends?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if I fundamentally like think you're a bad person, how am I going to be your friend?
No, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Did you tell them that was why you didn't want to be friends, or did you just let them?
Yes. The first person I did say, I thought you treated XYZ, the person, really poorly. And I did not like that behavior. And I've seen you do it for a year now. And so I don't think I could be your friend anymore. So I texted her. And then the one friend that I stopped being friends with when I was like 21 or 22 was someone I worked with. And she would always be asking me to hang out, always asking me to hang out. And I finally had to be like, I'm so sorry, but I do not want to hang out with you. I do not think of us as friends because of XYZ that I have seen happen.
Wow.
How do they respond?
The second girl cried. I did feel bad about that. Probably shouldn't have done it at work. That's my one regret. That was the only time we were together. Probably shouldn't have done it at work. But yeah, responded pretty poorly. The other girl though from college responded fine. She was like, "Yeah, I don't think we should be friends either." And I was like, "Okay, great." Same conclusion. But yeah, I haven't done it in about a decade. So
Okay.
I don't know what my reaction would be now. Well, I do know what my reaction would be if you cross me in a very specific way.
I was just thinking, has anyone recently gotten this text?
I would say some people's names got changed to fuck you in my phone.
How do you feel about people coming out of the woodwork like later on? You know, like people who your relationship kind of fizzled. And then they just come out of nowhere. They're like text you or be like, "Hi, I'm in LA. Let's catch up." Or something like that.
Oh, I guess I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'll usually be like, "Yeah, let's do it."
I've reunited
They
with
just
people on
pop back in your
occasion.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different seasons of friendship.
Just like
you know?
life circumstances. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so she also said like she was like, okay, so she's like, I'll cut them off, and she's like uncomfortable with it, but hasn't said anything. At what point in a friendship when like somebody's doing something like talking about other people are you like, you're wrong?
Like to be like, that's not cool to just cut people off because of blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Well, that's hard to say when she's like the super gregarious, extroverted, loud friend, and she's the super quiet friend.
I would jokingly say, "You scare me."
Make it a joke. It'll make it easier. Send a meme.
Send a gif.
Just send a meme. Ooh.
Yeah.
Scary.
All your friends are scared of you.
Scary.
JK.
You're not having any friends left.
That's
I know.
true.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like at some point, you can't change people.
People have to learn on their own. You know?
Yeah.
It's like when someone's dating someone, you don't like who they're dating. You can never tell them you don't like who they're dating. You know, they have to experience things on their
They have to come to it
their own
themselves.
self. Yeah.
Because if she does want to change and like not take that stance, she has to like make that decision for herself. You saying that is probably not.
Yeah, gonna do
That's
it.
just
Gonna
you're
do
gonna
it.
get X.
You're gonna get the axe.
Yeah.
Which maybe you already did and it's for the best.
Yeah, I feel like she's already been pulling away.
It's like a gentle axe.
Yeah. I also don't see it as being super confrontational to be like, you keep inviting me to things last minute. And it's really hard for me to plan for that.
Yeah.
I'd go to more things if you invited me sooner.
Yeah. Like,
And then your friend would be like, "Oh my gosh, so sorry, didn't realize that."
Or being like, seeing you at brunch on Instagram, I wish I was there too. I want to come,
Yeah.
you know?
I think the fear there is like she might be like, well, yeah, you're like kind of embarrassing or something like that.
Well, if she says that, that is fodder for a full breakup.
Whoa.
Then you have to be like,
Oh my
I don't want to be
God.
friends with you. That's so fucking mean. No.
I know, but then you have to process it and be like, am I
Yes.
embarrassing?
That's
Yeah, but
traumatizing.
someone who says that
I
to
would just
you-
start crying immediately.
But then you can just use your anger to propel your friend breakup.
That's true.
That's much easier than someone who you feel like you're twin flames with and still good friends with.
Oh yeah, the heartbreak is gone. It's like, no, this person is just
Yeah, this
like,
person's an
mean.
asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think our final advice for this listener would be to examine your relationship with this person. Think if you want to continue a relationship with this person, and then talk to them with an open mind.
Yeah. What do you need to get out of the conversation? Yeah. Practice it a couple of times.
What? Okay.
Start with listening.
Matt, what would you want out of the conversation?
If I was really upset, like this was like my best friend, my twin flame, and they're just ghosting me, they're putting out my flame, then I would be like, what's going on? Like, why don't we hang out anymore? You know?
And you're not afraid of the truth.
No. I'd rather know the truth than just like be cast aside.
I think that is one
Right.
of the life lessons later than being 20 years old that is like, the truth doesn't hurt me. You don't want to be my friend? Fine. Like,
Yeah.
you don't want to invite me? Fine. But that wishy-washy
hurtful
place
not being
is
truthful.
so much
Yeah.
more hurtful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the truth feels freeing,
Yeah.
you know?
And maybe you'll learn something about your friend too. Maybe they're going through some weird, hard time. Maybe they are being passive aggressive towards you for some reason that they haven't been able to bring up yet.
Mm-hmm.
So can't hurt
No.
to talk about it.
Yeah.
Is that our advice every week is to
Yeah.
talk?
Well, it's like self-reflect, see what you want to get
Yeah.
out of it. How do you want everything to go? And then just talk.
Yeah.
See what happens. Go from there.
Yeah. And the worst thing that happens is she tells you you're embarrassing.
That would be the absolute worst thing that
Rainie,
could ever
that's gonna be
happen.
in my head forever now. The next time I ever need to talk to anyone, I'll be like,
gonna be
it's
like-
because they think I'm
I'm
embarrassing.
like, Becky, you're embarrassing.
It's because I said
Becky?
that shit about Taylor Swift, isn't it?
Embarrassing.
You're embarrassing us in front of the Swifties and we cannot hang out.
I'm so sorry. Bye, everyone. Off I go.
Well, with that, thank you for joining us. You can sit with us. We learned about friendship today.
Unless you're a
heartbreak,
Swiftie.
growing up, how much Becky loves Taylor Swift.
Tay-Tay for
I'm sure
abs.
she's fine as a human.
I think she is.
Just don't love her music.
But make sure you vote,
Vote.
get all your vaccinations, get your flu shot, be safe, and don't take a private jet.
Come on, listeners. Cool it on the private jets. Jesus.
Enough now.
Enough.
Yes.
Enough is enough. It's 2022. Fly commercial.
And make sure you pee after sex. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.